Pattaya, Thailand. The headquarter gym, if you want to call it, of the famous Muay Thai and MMA brand Venum is here in Pattaya. They have a very nice looking training camp, at least from the pictures, but I will go there now, check it out in person, tell you how good it really is, rate it at the end, so stay tuned until the end. I will give my official gym review rating, and with that, hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Assalamu alaikum alaikum.
Training is done now, 1 hour Muay Thai. I wanted to film during the training, but I couldn't find the camera and we barely had any breaks, so apologize for that, but training is now done. Time to go back home. Little room tour of the gym. Here you can change. Bag area. Main training area for Muay Thai with more bags. Behind there you can run as well, strength and conditioning. And here you go to the outside, strength and conditioning is here. As you can see. And then here is strength and conditioning class. Here's probably rooms for the people that live here. You can rent this as well to stay here. And then here's the MMA training area where the MMA classes happen. As you can see here, you have mat space, you have bags, and you have a cage. And over there is a coffee where you can drink. And here, as far as I know, you can do your subscription, all of that. And the shop should also be somewhere. I haven't seen the shop yet, but I'm sure it's somewhere. So this is the whole gym. Here we have a pool as well, and more dorms. Here's where you enter for Muay Thai. This is very weird, so it's 9:30 now. At 8 the training started. They told me maybe 8:30 someone will be here. There still is no one here. I still cannot do a subscription, which is kind of weird, like you don't want my money. I'm really trying, but there's no one here. I don't know what to do. I don't even see a shop. Alright, so now after asking like 5 people, they couldn't speak English, they sent me to someone that could tell me that you have to do it in the shop. And the shop is when you come here from the cage, you have to continue straight. By the way, coffee says open, but not open. You have to go all the way over to the other side of the street, and here it says camper registration. I mean, yeah. When you come in, you might possibly see it, but since you come from this way, how should you see that? Because it's behind that building here, you see that? You cannot even see when you come from this side, so pretty stupid. But I think in here is the shop, and here you can also make registration.
Alright, now let's come to the official rating of the Venum training camp. So I always rate facility, staff, location, equipment and merch separately, and based on those separate ratings I then give an overall rating as well that counts for the whole rankings, right? For this gym I will give a Muay Thai rating and a MMA rating at the end with the overall one, because some of you maybe watch this video because it's in Thailand only for the Muay Thai side. Some of you maybe also for the MMA side because they offer MMA, so I'll rate both separately because I think they're not both the same. So first, let's come to the notes that I wrote down while I was there, that I don't forget them. I made some notes with things that immediately popped in my head when I was there. First one is weird reception placement. You probably saw it already in the video before, that the reception, like whoever came to the idea, like what are you doing? If you enter to the gym, there's only one way to enter from one street. If you enter there, there's no sign like reception here, store here. There's only a straight way, and when you're walking there, when you walk this way, or let's say you walk here, the reception, the store is here, but here is a wall, so you can't even see that there's anything there. All you see is the gym in front of you, right? The gym is there, so you obviously walk to the gym. Then when I arrived in the gym, they told me, yeah, the reception is there, but not where it actually was, but the separate building that I showed you, the separate room, no one was there. Like, if you have a class at 8 a.m., you need to have someone at the reception at 8 a.m. They were like, yeah, she normally arrives at like 8:30. I was like, you have a class at 8 a.m.? What do you mean she arrives at 8:30?
What the fuck is that?
I do not, if you don't want me to pay, don't worry, but like, I want to pay for my training before I start to train. I don't want to feel like an asshole, right? But anyways, that was very weird. Like, I don't really understand that it's such a simple thing. And even after the training, as you probably saw in the video, like I was literally, after my training, when I wanted to go home, I had to walk around for like 10 minutes, not exaggerating, asking everyone, 50% of them didn't talk any English, where the reception is. Like, I was like, I want to pay for my subscription. I want to be an honorable guy. Where can I do that? Like, honestly, where?
Please, just send me location.
1 hour training. Now, this is something that of course is different with everyone. That is very subjective, if you like that or not. It's pretty common in America as well that training is 1 hour. I prefer 1.5 hours. It's the sweet spot for me, but I have no problem with the 1 hour training spot. Just important for you to know, training there is only 1 hour. In some gyms it's 2 hours in Thailand. In some gyms it's even 2.5 hours, like in the Fairtex gym. Watch my Fairtex gym review. But yeah, lots of bags. There were lots of bags that will actually obviously factor, I can't speak English anymore, into my equipment rating, right? There were a lot of different bags. Obviously they're equipment brand, so I would expect as well that they have great equipment, a lot of different bags, right? Then the warm-up was harder than the workout. Yeah, of course, I didn't attend 10 workouts to give you a nice little summary there, but the one workout I've been to, like the warm-up was, first of all, it was not guided. It was not like the trainer saying what you do. It was just like some random dude that probably has been there for a week now. He didn't seem like he is good at Muay Thai. He just seemed like he knows the coaches a little bit already. Was like just randomly, without saying anything, doing his thing. Like you had to run. They told you to run around the mats, but it didn't tell you what to do. And then he just started doing this and doing this, and I was like, is he just doing it for himself, or should we do the same? And then after like 2 minutes, the coaches were like, like in Thai language, like also do this. And I was like, everyone was not doing it. And we were like, okay, so we also did it. And the warm-up was literally like 15 minutes of just running circles around the mat space. With just like 2 minutes of this, 2 minutes. I was like, what is this? Like, what the hell? Give me a normal warm-up that a coach leads. A coach leads the warm-up and then does the stretching and then starts the training, right? That was pretty weird to me, and the stretching was pretty quick as well. It was not like some real nice intense stretching, but of course you can make the argument, hey, you can just arrive earlier and do your own stretching. It's more information to you. Rather arrive a little bit earlier and do your own stretching before, especially if you're like me and you need a lot of stretching for training. Nice techniques. It was not a typical Muay Thai training where you do pads and this and that. It was from the beginning, after warm-up, it was put shin guards on, put gloves on, and then grab a training partner. It was not many people there, but you just grab one. So instead of hitting pads and all of that, the whole training was literally just the coach showing a combination. I don't know, I make this up, I don't remember what it was, like jab, cross, body hook, low kick, something like that. And the other one is just, it's not holding pads, the other one is just having his hands up, right? As you know if you've trained Muay Thai before. blocks the kick and whatever, and you do it once, then your partner does it, and you do it, and your partner does it. The coaches just walk around. There were like 3 coaches, I think, walk around and correct you, which is totally fine by me. It was just a different experience because normally you would do some pads at least, or something different than just the whole training, just you and your partner with shin guards and gloves on doing random combinations. But I have no problem with that. This is just for you to know. I'm sure they do pads as well sometimes. That's just something that immediately struck my mind. Then, no thigh mats. That's something I particularly did not like. That would favor more the MMA side. You could make the argument, yeah, but in the ring, when you fight in the ring, in a Muay Thai ring, there's also not a Thai boxing mat like in the Muay Thai gyms. Yes, but I still prefer a normal Muay Thai mat to train, because I believe mats are still the best thing to train. There's a reason why every MMA gym has mats, why every Muay Thai gym has mats. And they did not have mats. They had like, you can see it, a weird kind of canvas-esque thing that I think the idea behind it is kind of creative because it's somewhat similar to a canvas in a ring or something. But the problem is just it's so uneven and it's so easy to like, it has like wrinkles in there and all of that. So I think it's just a injury risk in my opinion. Those mats are just not the best to train at. They were pretty slippery as well. And yeah, I personally, that's of course a subjective thing again, I did not like them. And what's not subjective, what's objective is the issues that the mats had, where it's like uneven and all of that. That's just not good. It's just, if you do that, do it properly, right? And then ants on the floor in the bathroom, that was pretty disgusting in my opinion. Of course, it's Thailand, it's like a gym, it's not like a jungle, but you get the message. But still, the bathroom overall was pretty disgusting to me. More about that in a second in the facility part. And the ants on the floor really were like, I don't need that. And not really Thai vibes. The whole gym is just, I did not get any Thai vibes. Like when you go to local gyms in Thailand, you get that Thai vibe. Like you feel like, oh, I'm in Thailand in a Muay Thai gym. And this is, I felt more like I was in Russia or in the Middle East. Like everyone in the gym, and that of course is not a fault of anyone. That's just the fact. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but the whole gym was just filled with Middle Eastern people, like Iranian, those people, and a lot of Russian people, probably, I think also a lot of Chechen people, Russian people and all of that. My training partner was Russian as well, which I don't generally have a problem with. It's just like, be aware of that. It's not like a Thai atmosphere. It's more like a lot of Russians that kind of are there long term. Most of them were there long term. It's not like a touristy gym necessarily where people just stop by for 1 week and then dip again. And the trainers were Thai, yes, but everything else was so not Thai that it did not give you a feeling of, hey, I'm training Muay Thai in Thailand. You get what I'm saying? It was more like probably Tiger Muay Thai in those gyms. I've never been there, but they're probably similar. I felt more like, I don't know, I am in Kuwait or in Abu Dhabi or somewhere with 2 Thai coaches. Then let's look at the prices. You have all-inclusive trip, full day training, Wi-Fi, 2 meals a day, swimming pool, airport transfer, single room. For 1 week, $500. Now, I would say it is okay because you get 2 meals. Now, I do not know how real those meals are, if they're real meals that like fill you and they're good and they feel like they're healthy and whatever, nutritious. But without the meals, it would be a little bit much for me because yeah, okay, you get training access, the Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah, I would expect that there will be Wi-Fi. The single room that you get does not look very special or anything, and I'm not sure how the hygiene is there. If you look at the whole gym, it's not really the most clean gym, but I do not want to make any conclusions here, right? But yeah, it is okay, $500 for 1 week with everything included, if the meals are okay. If the meals are not okay, then it's a little bit much for me, but hey, that's just the prices, and they're totally allowed to ask for those prices, right? 1 day all access training is 800 Thai baht. If you only want to do one Muay Thai class, it's 500 baht. One grappling class, 500 baht. I like that they have it separate, that they have, you can either do a whole day, which costs a little bit more, where you can train as much as you want, or you can say, hey, I only want to do one class, I don't want to do a whole day, so you pay 300 baht less, only 500 baht, right? So that's nice. You can also do MMA, wrestling, boxing, whatever, strength conditioning. Strength conditioning class is only 300 baht. And then private class, 1000 baht to 2000 baht is pretty unspecific, but those are all fair prices. If you look at the schedule looks okay to me. You have a lot of different things like running in the beach, long run. Every morning you have a running option. Then you have Muay Thai and MMA every morning, 2 separate classes. Then boxing, like there's everything you could ask for, you can get there. There's only 2 no-gi classes a week, which is not enough in my humble opinion for a real MMA gym, because MMA people normally do not train that much in a gi, because no-gi is just much more useful for the actual MMA training, right? And there's only 2 no-gi sessions a week, but there are 2 wrestling sessions a week on the gi days, so that evens it out a little bit, but still there could be a little bit more no-gi in my opinion. And yeah, maybe take the boxing strength conditioning session out one day, because I don't really get why the boxing is there every single day. Like, it's Muay Thai, MMA, like who goes to a specific boxing session? Like, then you go to a boxing gym if you're a boxer, you know what I mean? But those are just my thoughts about it. On the picture, the facility looks beautiful and new. If you're there in real life, it looks a little bit run down. So let's now come to the facility rating. I gave the facility a 9. Why did I give it a 9? I gave it a 9 because it is a big facility. You have everything you need at the end of the day. You have a shower, toilet, you have 1 big ring, 3 of those small little rings. You have lots of mat space, bags, pool. I don't know how you're allowed to use it if you're not resident there, but strength conditioning area, like you have everything you need. You have a cage and stuff. The facility, from the size, from what they offer, is amazing. It would be much more than a 9. But the thing just is that it's pretty run down in my opinion, in terms of, I'm sure it was once very nice and clean, but now like the mats could be renewed. The mats are a little bit messed up. The bags look all messed up, which is not necessarily something like the bags, if they are a little bit messed up, it's not necessarily something that's bad. You can't train there, but still you pay a premium price, you expect a premium product. It's a Venum gym. It's not a local gym from a Thai guy that barely gets through with the money, right? It's from one of the biggest, probably the biggest martial arts brands in the world. Venum gets sponsoring the UFC and all of that. Like, you would expect that they keep their gym updated, like Fairtex does. Fairtex gym, everything was so new and nice, and you see the updates through the years, how they always renew everything. And Venum just seems like, take this, leave it. You know what I mean? Like, everything felt a little bit run down, as I said. The showers, in my opinion, were a little bit, like right next to the pissing toilet where you stand. I don't know how you call it in English. So when you get out of the shower, of course you should wear slippers, you could say, but you still have to like walk right next to those things, which, if you know, people do not always hit it perfectly. So you kind of walk through piss as well. It's just, it's not very well thought through, in my opinion, not very well kept. And I personally did not like that there was 2 signs of do not shower naked, only shower with underwear. And maybe it's a culture thing. Write in the comments if I'm just wrong about that. But for me, it's like, bro, then make separate showers. But I don't want to shower with my underwear. Like, that's pretty unhygienic, bro. Like, is this part not part of your hygiene? Like, don't you want to clean that as well? Why should I wear underwear to shower? Like, I don't really get it. And I don't understand, like, why? Are you like, you don't have to watch me shower? I really don't understand it. But yeah, luckily there was no one else showering there, so I just sneaked in real quick and got out again real quick. But yeah, the shower overall, the whole bathroom situation is not necessarily very nice, also with the ants and all of that, as I said. But overall, the gym, as I said, it sums it up. It's huge, it's amazing from what they offer, but how it looks, how it's kept, it's not the very best. So I give it a 9. I think that's fair. Then the staff, I gave the staff a 9. I did not have bad interactions with anyone. It's just like the coaches were not necessarily like normally a coach. Like when you come in to a gym and the coach is there, of course you go up to say hi to him, but he also says hi to you. And you say your name, he says his name, whatever. Like that's how a normal welcoming gym is. In this gym, it felt more like nobody cared if you're there, nobody cared if you're new or not. Just start the training and do what I say, you know what I mean? Which is just like, I don't know. But the coaches were friendly. It's not like the coaches were assholes or something like that. But I was not crazily impressed by them, right? And the cleaning ladies there or whatever they were, I don't want to talk bad about them. I don't know what they exactly were. There were like 3 ladies that were just there, moving things around, whatever, working there. When I asked them stuff in English, like where is the reception, where can I pay? None of them could talk any English, where I'm like, bro, you're in a freaking tourist gym. Like, how can you not talk? At least you don't have to be fluent. Like, I just asked, where can I pay? Where is the reception? I was like, oh, come on. So yeah, they were cute, nicely acting ladies, like nothing bad about them, but like you get the message. That's like if you work in a hotel and you don't know English, like come on, then you're in the wrong place. And so yeah, the girl that worked in the merch store was very friendly, very nice, nothing bad to say there. So I gave the staff a 9, I think that's fair. Then the location, I gave the location a 9.1. A 9.1, why? Because it is in a place where you can find everything you need around it. It's not like it's in the middle of the jungle and there's nothing around there, but it's compared to the Fairtex gym, compared to other gyms that I visited in Pattaya, watch the whole gym review playlist. It was not the very best location. It was like, you see it on the map right now, it's like a little bit off from the beach side, a little bit more in the center, but the center, it's not really the center of Pattaya, it's more like the inside of the country, you know what I mean? It's not bad at all. I'm not complaining about it at all, but it's not like, wow, the location is perfect, like you can walk there from everywhere in Pattaya. If you're like somewhere in South Pattaya, whatever, you can just walk there. You have to drive there wherever you're located. Unless, of course, you have a hotel right next to it, but right next to it, there's not really much to do, so why should you be there? So I gave the location 9.1. Then the equipment. I gave the equipment a 9.5 because I gave the Fairtex gym already a 9.5 with equipment, and I think that's just fair. Because at the end of the day, they are an equipment brand, so I expect them to have lots of different bags, lots of equipment, right? So I think 9.5 is a very fair rating. The equipment was obviously, as I said, not in the best state, but I rate that more in the facility part. They had everything you need with the equipment, cool, different bags, so 9.5 is a great rating. That's my rating. Then the merch, 9.2. I gave a 9.2 to the merch because, again, it is Venum. Of course, they have good, or the quality of Venum is not the best in my opinion, but they have a lot of different stuff that you can buy, but it's not necessarily merch, it's just their brand. I appreciated that they had a specific Venum training center pair of shorts and I think one t-shirt as well in the same style. Nothing more. I think they could have a little bit more specific Venum training center Pattaya merch, but that's just a thought from me. I appreciated that they at least had something that you cannot buy in a general store online. That's what you want from merch, right? So yeah, I think that's a fair rating. I'm not the biggest fan of Venum clothing. I think the quality is oftentimes pretty shitty. So I'm not rating the quality as much here, just what they had to offer. It was not the biggest store, but it had everything you need. I gave it a 9.2. So overall, a lot of yapping here, but overall, for the Muay Thai part, I give it a 9.2. You know what? Let's give it I gave the MMA part a 9.1 because of the no-gi and all of that. But let's just give it an overall rating for the Muay Thai and MMA part of 9.2. I do think 9.2 is a fair rating because it is still, of course, a good gym, depending on what you're looking for, of course, as well. This is always very subjective. It's always very subjective what you're looking for. And of course, if you compare it to a local gym, it has 500,000 times more possibilities. It has so many bags, so much space if you compare it to other gyms. It has multiple rings and everything. It offers so much, of course. But we always have to take that into consideration when rating it. Otherwise, all the local gyms would be a rating number 6, and the big gyms will all be 9.5. I do not rate it how big it is and all of that. I look at what they have, what they offer, and rate that, how good that is, what they have, how good they package it, right? And for that, I think 9.2 is a fair rating. If you're in Pattaya, this, honestly, in my opinion, it's the last gym that I would go to. Completely honest, from the big gyms that exist there, I would much rather, if you want to train Muay Thai, much rather go to the Battle and Conquer gym, for example, in Pattaya, or some other local Muay Thai gyms. Go to a small local Muay Thai gym if you only want to train Muay Thai. If you want to train MMA, I would highly advise you, honestly, to go to the Fairtex gym. The Fairtex gym is not necessarily much more expensive, and what they offer from the accommodation to the gym, to the coaches and everything is just much better. Honestly, it's much better. Like, I don't have any negative feelings necessarily towards the gym, but I do not plan on ever going there again in my life. Like, I do not see any reason, unless they invite me and say, hey, I don't know, we want to show you that our gym is better than you might experience. I do not see a reason why I would go there again. Like, it did not impress me at all. If you're a huge Venum fan, maybe that's a reason, but otherwise, I do honestly not see one valid argument other than if you're a hardcore MMA guy, it has more MMA related classes that they offer than the Fairtex gym. I will say that, yes. But overall, the Fairtex gym, in my opinion, is the much better experience. This was my official rating of the Venum gym in Pattaya. Have you ever been there? Write in the comments. Do you want to go there? Write in the comments what you think about it. Like this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Would appreciate that. Check out my merch, bloodsport.net. Worldwide free shipping with the code FREE. Awesome stuff like this. Check it out, you guys. Link in bio. Stay bloody. And until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.